the microphone about that.
Yeah, yeah.
Here we go. Sorry for the lateness, y'all. This is Righteous KOE, the administrator, truth, peace. I'm just saying, this is all the way live, hiphop.com. Top 5. I got some people here with me. First and foremost, we got KOE.
What's good? What's good? How you doing, y'all? How you doing?
True indeed. We got Infinite. For those who don't know.
What's really right now? We are here.
And we got, true indeed, and we got Miles from 100 Miles Clothing.
100. You know what I'm saying?
True indeed. So yeah, we just gonna get into it. Cause we're trying to think of the top 5 favorite albums for 2018 thus far. And the reason I'm bringing it up because there's so much hip hop out there. You know, I mean, pardon with the mumble rap, but I'm just saying, like, you know, I could say there's at least, you know, 150 albums that came out this year alone. And there's people who are legends. You know, there's a lot of stuff out there, man. I wish I actually had my notes, but, you know, I'm gonna set it off because we're just speaking about it. Yeah. Prime. Royce the 5'9" and Premier Prime 2.
Yeah, Prime 2 just released. It just came out. One of the biggest features that I know about on that one was him and J. Cole's track. And I have to say, honestly, I was listening to that track last night and I'm like, yo, these people and their bars. Like, I like to focus on the lyric side. And I'm like, if I ever meet these two, I think I may just turn into a little bit of a fangirl because of their lyrics, like their flow and everything.
Yeah, well, I'm wondering if, because I thought that track was actually on Royce's new album that's supposed to drop next month. Or, well, yeah, in 5 days. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Is it on?
It came on the Prime.
It's what?
Prime 2. It's on the
I
Prime
didn't hear. I seen the video. Yeah. Anyhow, maybe I need to go back. But, I mean, just with Premier and him, it's just dope.
Oh, yeah.
What's next for y'all? Pass it down the line. And this is in no particular order, by the way.
You want to go?
Yeah, because
I know what you're going to say. I'm not going to take yours.
Oh, come on, man. Yeah. Nipsey Hussle.
I knew you were going to say Nipsey.
Yo, shout out to Nipsey on that one.
Motivation, you know what I'm saying? Like, so far. I mean, like, it's motivational music, you know? Real life stuff. So that's what I'm feeling, you know? Not that, let's say, the mumble rap which y'all be talking about, but the real life struggle, the hustle, you know what I mean? That's where it's at.
See, I was gonna say Nipsey, but you got YNF. You got
YNF. I'm not familiar with YNF.
YNF, Lucci.
Yeah. I gotta do the knowledge on him, man.
Yo.
Okay.
Yes, good tracks though.
AV's dropped the album.
Yeah. AV, true indeed.
Q, check them out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yachty just dropped one.
I don't know, man. I'm trying to get Yachty a bad review, man.
Hey.
I'm not. You know what?
Full rap, it's all right, but like, come on, you still gotta give him that shit, you know.
But hold that thought though, because people think older cats hating on the younger cats, but it's not true. I'll tell you, one of my top 5 albums is a dude named, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, Bishop Deru. Elevators 1 and 2, beginning to end. Dope. He's 20 years old. He works with MF Doom. Dope. So, and I mean, look at the hoodies. For all those who know, they were on Funk Master Flex. And I think the youngest dude is like 13 and his older brother's like 19. Them dudes are nasty. So it's not, we talking bars. When it comes to bars and beats, that's what's up. But, I mean, you know, I listened to the Little Boat. You know what I mean? I wanted to give it a chance. Boom was okay. But that's all I'm going to say. It's not going to be playing all the way live hip hop. I'm sorry.
You know what? I think that you can do both. You're blessed because there's a lot of guys that can freestyle and tear down the place.
Can't drop an
album. When they do a track, whatever, like, you know. But when they're spitting and battling, they're the craziest artists. You know what I'm saying? Lil Snoop was a prime example. He rip up anybody. You know what I'm saying? Lil Snoop that passed away. Okay, so rest in peace, Lil Snoop. Like, he was ripping everybody up. But as far as tracks, like, okay. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of artists like that out there. You know, to do both, you'll be blessed to do both.
Well, there's another dude, I'll actually put up a review for him next week. His name is Sick Man, the album called The Grand. I guess he's from Grand Rapids, Michigan. He got some stuff for Pete Rock. Who else? Premier, the song Authentic. A couple other producers I can't remember off the top of my head. His album's pretty dope from beginning to end.
Shout out to you, Detroit,
Yeah, yeah.
local cat.
Yeah, shout out
And
to
I think he won the Juno.
Yeah.
Next cat, Jordan Lucas.
I heard of that dude.
Jordan, oh yeah, he's hot.
Yo,
Jordan
he is. Okay. Jordan Lucas is hot, all right?
Jordan Lucas is hot
And everything, but if you haven't noticed, the only time he's really relevant is when he's only talking about Logic, right? And shout out to Logic on dropping his newest album, Bobby Tarantino, too. That shit is fire. He has a couple hot ass tracks on that, and he doesn't fall into the mumble rap lane. Thank God. I don't hate on my mumble rap, you know, because it's sadly is part of my generation as the youngest one here. But you know, Jordan Lucas he's a battle mainstream artist. That's where that's what I would put him as, right? He comes from that freestyle battling tip, but he's more mainstream. He has that branding, which gives him the ability to do that. Besides that, he's high in my books. He's high in my
Any other ones? Anybody want to say anything? I'm going to say Planet Asia. I've been a fan from day one, but I never really took the brother in. But his album Golden Buddha drops in January. Do the knowledge on that from A to Z. I'm talking. I mean, he got 80 in it too, but nevertheless, his album is dope. And see, this is the thing. I'm trying to do the research. And Edo, if you're watching, you got to keep me up to date, my man. This is the thing. Edo G came out with an album which I can't say the brother's name. Sadiq and Focus. I can't even remember the name of the album. I'll put it up when we do the editing and all that later on. Dope. I've seen the videos dropped. A couple of videos dropped, but I'm not sure if it came out last year or there wasn't really no date when I actually, did the research on it. So I don't even know what number we at, man. But we close to that. Any other albums? Any recommendations?
I got two off the top of my head. Any of y'all listen to that new Migos album that was like an hour and 40 minutes long or something like that?
No, I haven't really taken a look yet. Yo, I can't really say.
They got Stir Fry, Walking Like a Donkey. Those two are alright. I personally like Narcos and Gang Gang. That track, those two tracks right there. The name Gang Gang, don't take the track just by the name. It totally is something different along those lines. Like it is completely different. It's almost he's talking to like his girlfriend, his wife or something like that when it comes to that. And I just had another one. Oh, shout out to my XO crew over there with Weeknd just dropping his newest album right now. That album is pretty hot. I was just listening to it on my way here. Little too, in my books, stuck on a girl type of thing, because like the whole album's, I swear about Selena Gomez. The whole album, from 1 to 6, all Selena, like straight goods.
Well, I guess that's why everyone can relate to different things, and it comes to sometimes age bracket. I mean, I'm not into no Selena Gomez, but Chuck D.
No, she's fired.
Chuck D was kind of. Was my inspiration growing up and as one due to what I was going through in life. So those are my inspirations. Yeah. Let me switch it up a bit because we got some guests here. Infinite want to talk about what's new with you, a couple other things. First and foremost, don't mean to put you on the spot, but you did a commercial with 50 Cent.
Yeah.
What?
No doubt.
Yeah, you gotta speak about that, my man. That's very impressive.
A couple years ago, basically, 50, they decided to shoot the G Unit commercial in Toronto, right? Mm-hmm. So we had to form an NFL street team. At that time, NFL quarterback Donovan McNabb from Philadelphia Eagles, me, him, 50, and one more dude, we formed a team, a super street team. So we had Jesse Terrero, that's my boy from 162. from Jamaica, Queens, shout out, him and Yuli. And Banks was there. There was a couple of people that was in the commercial, but, you know, basically, we teamed up and did the football commercial to promote 50 Shoot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually, it's probably on YouTube somewhere. I'm sure I can find it.
I think I did find it on YouTube.
Okay.
You know, so.
Yeah, definitely post that up.
50's a cool dude, though. Like, he's not what it seems like. A lot of people might think he's intimidating when they see him, but when you meet him, he's not. 50, like, I'll be doing my own thing, minding my own business, and I just feel somebody just come lean up on my shoulder. And I look at him, 50, fasten up in my business.
Well, I actually heard that about him.
He's cool.
As far as when he was, what was, my apologies, what was the name of his movie? Get Rich?
Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yeah. Now, he was shooting that in Toronto, and I believe it was off of Sherburne and Bleecker Street.
Okay.
And a lot of people went over there to meet him. I didn't have the opportunity, but they was like, yo, he's real down to earth, and, you know. So, I mean, I can't speak on what I don't know except for what people tell me. So, that's peace, man. And you with an organization called No Chill.
Chill Out.
Oh, Chill Out.
Yeah.
Okay, what's that all about?
Winter clothing drive. So, I mean, when, you know, people need clothing. So, I mean, I'm the spokesperson for that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Big up.
But recently, I gave back to my junior school in Rexdale, where I grew up. I went to...
Yeah, I think Faith was telling me something about that.
Right?
True indeed. Okay.
So, I mean, what I did was I got in contact with the school, and I just told them, I used to go to your school, I want to give back. You know what I mean? Because a lot of artists come out, they don't really give back. You know what I'm saying?
True.
That's why I have to shout out Drake for that, you know, for giving back, you know, but I want to see him start giving back up here. I see him giving back in Miami. But, you know,
but need to give back up here.
Yeah. But I mean, giving in general, his heart, you know what I'm saying? That's the kind of heart you have to have when you're that successful. You know what I mean? So,
True.
I mean, I gave back to John D. Parker. Shout out to John D. Parker, you know?
Okay.
And just going back into school just gave me that feeling, you know?
True.
When I was a kid, this is where I used to sit at the office, and, you know?
And you guys, because when I first heard of you, when I first heard of you, it was through Ghetto Concept. I mean, we kind of, as far as us three ran in the same circles, I've known Miles since
90s,
the beginning maybe
90s.
of 100 Miles.
Yeah.
We'll get into that in a minute.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, you know, Born King, Sid, just certain people that we know.
They were the same circle.
Yeah, and then,
crazy.
I mean, I met Ghetto Concept once, so a couple of times, and I actually did an interview. He gonna kill me because he want the copy of the magazine. For all those who don't know, I used to run a magazine called Feedback Magazine. So shout out to everybody who remember that. Anyhow, basically that's you know, how you start with them. What was the story behind that?
Well, me and Ghetto Concept, me and Quadro, we actually went to school together. So, I mean, I started grade 9 at Marion Academy, and, you know, get to meet new people. But I seen Quadro doing this thing before I actually got to Marion, and we actually met each other, you know. He was rapping.
Okay.
So by the time school started, you know, they had school assemblies, so we started rapping during the assemblies, right into whatever topic the assembly was about. And we just got used to performing, and we just got used to it. Ghetto Concept was going on at the time. My brother brought Dolo and Quadro to do a show at, I can't remember the name of the place, but it was Brand Nubians back then.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
So him and Dolo connected. And then after, I came in as the next member.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, because I sort of remember that's the first time I heard, because, I mean, it was like, oh, who's Infinite? You understand what I'm saying? At that time, especially up here, what was popping with the Nation of Gods on Earth, it was this, oh, so who's that and who's that? So anybody would have a certain name, it'd be like, yo, Peace God, you know who that person is? What, you know the science about them? And that's basically it. You got a new video out, and I seen it. My apologies, I can't remember the name.
Rada.
So many songs. What's it called?
Rada.
And I think from what I recall in the video, because I put it up, it had like the old Infinite, and then the new. How the heck did you do that? Because it looked like, I mean, was it from
Honestly,
old footage?
Nah, I had, you see that was my son playing the old Infinite.
What?
Word.
Watch out now.
You see, Easy on the Motion video, I kept the jersey that I wore in that, and the hoodie.
Oh,
so I gave my son the hoodie and the jersey to put on. You know what I'm saying? I did up a little braids underneath the stocking cap, 'Cause that was the style back then, you know what I mean?
True indeed.
And then
Yeah.
it just worked out like that.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that's an interesting story.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass it on to Gary. My man Miles, my apologies, my man.
Miles.
Yeah,
Anyhow,
One.
I mean, 100 miles on Young Street. I'm talking, you had Tupac wearing your stuff, Biggie wearing your stuff. I think Big L. There's so many names to mention, man.
Infinite.
Truly, yours truly. Somebody is wearing 100 miles, either in the city of Toronto or outside.
Word.
How'd you get started? And I mean, what's the latest and greatest?
Well, first of all, thank God for, next day in the life. At the same time, I want to say rest in peace to all the late greats that have blessed me to have worn my clothing, from Pac to Big L, Ghetto Concept, Maestro, local to international people that repping the brand. Just so much thanks and love, for 26 years Righteous yourself. Thank you for the support.
Tupac was big.
That
was a big one. That was a big one.
Pac was just like, again, you just shouted them out, Jesse and Yuli Terrero. It was around the time y'all was doing Easy on the Motion.
Mm-hmm.
They connected with me and really were in love with the brand and said, yo, G, we got this huge opportunity. But at the time, I was working with the Hit Squad with Eric Sermon and them, and I was like, man, right now I ain't even trying to get no Tupac, you know what I mean? I'm with the Hit Squad, I'm rolling with Das and Redman, and you know what I mean? And so, long story short, they got the producer to call me and say, young man, like, what's going on? Like, do you need money? What's the deal? Like, this is an opportunity of a lifetime, whereas McDonald's and all these other guys got to pay, and you know what I mean? So at the time, I didn't like certain items. I said, all right, send them all the shit I don't like. So that was like now what we call like our history, or the Tupac hoodie. We started in the early 90s, so like 91, 92 was the first of 100 miles. The reason for the whole concept was I felt at the time, real talk, there was no black influence and no black culture in fashion. And I felt that as a people, we were putting in so much money into all these other brands and making them Troop, you know what I'm saying, like Roots, Benetton, when they came out with the ad where there was like a devil in the black girl and the white girl was
we can say the same
angel
thing about what happened lately. I'm not going to mention
no monkey business.
That's why, peep it, no monkey business. Y'all know what I'm talking about. No monkey business over here.
Right, so for us, we just wanted to represent the culture, but at the same time, we didn't want to discriminate on all other cultures. So hence, 100 Miles came as we represent all people, you know what I mean, in all aspects of life. So everybody has a different struggle or a different, you know what I'm saying? So 100 Miles represents all people, not just black people, but every single color, you know what I'm saying? And so we brought it to more of a global thing, you know what I mean? And now, 2018, thanks to social media, follow us on Instagram, 100 Miles Brand, and on Facebook and Twitter. We've been able to now grasp the world, you know what I mean? And the world been able to grasp us again now. So shout outs to Germany, Australia, USA, Canada, everywhere, like pretty much in the world that's German, like I never thought in a million years, you know what I mean, coming from Toronto, seeing our brand like represented globally, you know what I mean? Like each day I'm seeing like different places in the world just telling me, hey, they've been a fan of the brand, or you know what I'm saying, like how can they get their brand out in Sweden or Amsterdam? So it's kind of dope to see that, you know, as a Toronto brand, we've been able to grasp a global audience, not just a local audience.
So I'm saying, how did it happen for, what was the name of the movie, Above the Rim? Because you got 100 Miles. Every time I see that movie, I'm like, yo, that's my man's kid. 100 Miles. Yo, you like Tupac? Oh, okay. You got to see this movie, Above the Rim. It got 100 Miles in it.
Real talk, Pac saw it, he liked it, and he didn't take it off. Like the hoodie. Like there was I don't want to call no names, but our competition was right there with them, and he didn't like their hoodie. He liked our hoodie. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
The only question he asked was, is this a black designer? And once my mans, Yuli and Jesse said yes, Pac had it on. And so the rest is history. You know what I mean? And, you know, God rest his soul, because of him and Biggie, like, they've been my inspiration. You know what I mean? Like, some of my inspiration in this game to keep me going. And, you know, just them blessing me and them becoming who they are now. You know what I mean? It also gives me, like, let's say, always like a goal that I gotta get to, you know what I mean, in terms of like that next great artist, or that, you know what I mean, that influential artist that's gonna leave that legacy. So we've been able to been blessed with those type of greats that we want to continue.
True indeed. Okay, so I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna ask a question and then I'm gonna end it off. How do y'all feel about the Junos? When I say the Junos, not Aaron, I'm gonna put it politically correct, urban music. Because to my understanding, I didn't watch it.
You're gonna make me go in. I don't want to go in.
I'm saying let's go in because I'm saying there's a lot of people out there complaining.
Fuck them for not nominating
they
me.
don't. There's a lot of people out there complaining when it comes to, okay, there's no black clothing line out there. Oh, there's nobody playing hip hop on the radio. There's no, so start our own. You understand? I know there was the Cut Awards. I'm not sure what happened with the Cut Awards this year, right? But I'm saying it's what, 2018. Okay, I'm not sure how many times, if they showed urban music awards. I know the Rascals had a protest back in 80 or 90, 97, like, maybe 98,
like around that 96, 97.
And baby. I'm saying, you know, you thought it would have changed. You had Drake, who is, you know, the biggest artist, hosting, and they didn't show no urban awards, the live footage. They didn't televise it. So, you know, what's y'all views on it?
Well, as I'm going to repeat again, fuck the Junos for not nominating me. Let's start off with that. Need to get that off my chest. But I've been noticing that throughout all awards ceremonies regarding music and everything. So, like, I've been thinking of having a plan of like something along the Cut Awards. Shout out to breakthrough artist, my cousin Leo Vance. Big boom for that one. But back to the Juno Awards, they're old, right? You know, they're one track minded. They're not trying to upgrade or see value in that the urban community has been pushing. As in hip hop, it is the #1 selling genre right now across the board. If you look at it, you see hip hop and anything urban just banging out numbers, banging out hits, but they still don't want it because they still want to have to be able to control, because there's so much more minorities than, you know, not to get into any race thing like that, because we're just talking top 5, but yeah.
Well, I'm just saying it's supposed to be a multicultural country, right?
But it's really
That's
not.
basically what I have to say. I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't know if you want to add on, because I know you want a Juno.
I want 2 Junos.
2 Junos.
Right?
I know you want 1 for
Nice,
sure,
yeah.
but 2. True indeed. Congratulations.
But the way I feel towards that, I don't know what to, I just better because trust me. Anyway, shout out to Maestro. Today's his birthday. You know what I'm saying? Happy birthday, kid.
Birthday, my
You know what I'm saying?
Day.
Word up. Everybody knows what it is. Like, the Junos, I don't want to touch that topic, bro.
Alright,
You know what I'm saying? I'm confused.
They'll come and
It's a
take
confused
they'll come and
situation.
take it back, man.
You know
They'll
what
come
I'm
and take his wins back.
I feel as a community, we got to create our own awards, you know what I mean, and set our own, you know, obstacles, or in terms of like people that we want to award, right? I don't think this platform of Junos really means anything, you know what I'm saying? Because if after this long ain't nobody really recognizing a Juno, what does a Juno really mean? You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. So, you know, on 100, I feel like as artists, we got to get out of this like local kind of concept or just Canada concept and get into this like global concept, you know what I'm saying, as an artist, you know what I'm saying? And so, F a Juno, you know what I'm saying, trying to get a Grammy, you know what I'm saying?
But I think the Grammy is the same.
Yeah, just on
the same as
the
same how we feel about the Juno. I think
Same
that's how
way.
the rappers over there feel about
Of course. Well,
the Grammy.
it's still an accomplishment or
for sure.
or an accolade bigger than just a local Canadian thing where there's no, let's say, input in terms of the urban scene, right? I think the urban scene has been, like, from the 90s till now, being pimped, you know what I'm saying, in the sense of, like, everything that the corporations and the heads of state, let's say, or the gatekeepers can take out of it, they will take out of it without preserving it or putting back into it, right? So that's really the problem with the urban community, is us as a culture or a people not respecting it to preserve it. You know what I'm saying? We're always looking for handouts or that corporation to pay us, you know what I mean, for our talents. When we don't ourselves recognize our talents. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I was hearing about, like, let's say, just right off the topic, Chappelle, he made them $500 million, but they only wanted to give him $50 million. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so that's why long hiatus in them, let's say, saying that he was a crackhead or a coke addict. So that's just, like, one example. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just, like, just keeping it 100 right now in the sense that we as a community, we got to start, like, really recognizing the artists that are really putting out music for value and put them on a pedestal that we can, you know, recognize them 25 years from now. You know what I mean? Because the artists that I still recognize are the ones that I grew with, like Kara Swan, Big Daddy Kane, you know what I mean?
Roxanne
Shantae.
Yeah, see that new movie.
Yeah, the new movie, like, you know,
Open
those
can
are,
of
like,
worms.
you know what I mean? Like, I don't know about these new cats, like, you know, with their different color hair and, you know what I mean, their different drugs that they be taking, if they're going to be, you know, even remembered 25 years from now.
Hey,
you know what I'm
don't
saying?
put me in that. Don't put me in that.
No,
Don't put me in that, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
It is true, though. It's
but
true.
in
Very
general,
true.
that's what we see.
You know what I mean?
Right? I don't listen to the radio. I mean, if I listen to the
Likewise.
radio, I listen to the Master Plan show if I'm in the car.
Likewise.
Or I listen to, I can't even remember Mel Boogie's new show on a Wednesday night, but if I'm in the car. Or I listen to talk radio. That's basically it. Or I have my own music that I'm listening to. I'm downloading whatever, you know, Spotify or iTunes, whoever hot artist, and I don't mean to cut the build and change it, but I forgot Sky Zoo in celebration of us. That album's dope. One of my top 5 for this year. Add on.
Now, I was saying, shout out to Mel Boogie. Tune in every Tuesday from 8 to 10.
Okay,
you know
yeah,
what
true.
105.5.
Oh, of course.
No doubt.
Of course.
Shout out Malachi, you know what it is.
Shout out all the community radio stations.
With that being said, I think we're going to wrap it up. What you got coming? You got an album coming?
I got an album coming. I got an EP coming before the album, but right after that, the album.
You want to name the name of it? You want to set
Not
the
gonna
date?
name it yet.
It's coming.
Well, look out for the new video, Untold.
Okay. And we're gonna definitely put it on allthewaylivehiphop.com.
For sure.
And anything you want to send. You got a video out.
Yeah,
What's your video called?
I got a video out right now called "I Want It All" by KOE. You can YouTube NSC KOE. That's my channel name. You'll find it out right now. I'm going to be wrapping up a video shoot next week for my newest upcoming video called Dead Press 3. I'm dropping EP and mixtape before the summertime.
Okay, and what's new with Miles?
What's new with 100 Miles? Well, we got our first NFL endorsement.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so right now we're working with Storm Johnson, number 27, on the Miami Dolphins. We got some big artists about to wear our stuff. Like I said, Nipsey Hussle Victory Lap. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So a lot of new connect with the brand. A lot of international markets that we're looking at, but our spring-summer line, that's really what's hot right now. We're dropping like this new bomber, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta peep the back. You know what I'm saying? Right, so new hats. Like,
We'll post a copy. You're gonna advertise on All the Way Live Hip Hop a little more.
Oh, we've been on All the Way Live, you know what I'm saying? So, shout out Righteous for having me. You know, I really appreciate it. Shout out Infinite, KOE, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and thank you for all tuning in.
People.
When we do up the video on YouTube, support it, post it, paste it. Tune in to www.allthewaylivehiphop.com. Tune in, the best in hip-hop, 80s, 90s, and what's new, but relevant as far as lyrics, bars, beats. That's what we're talking about. Anyhow, we out. Anything anybody want to add on to before we go? Peace.
Peace.
We out.